You may already know that there's a lot of important parts inside a computer, but what exactly do they do? In this video, we are going to take a look inside to show you the various components that make computer work. The most major components in computer system are motherboard, CPU, RAM, storage device, PSU, and expansion card. Every computer has a large circuit board called a motherboard. This contains some of the most important parts of your computer. The motherboard is the computer main circuit board. It's a thin plate that holds the CPU, memory, connector for the hard drive and optical drive, expansion card to control the video and audio, and connection to your computer port such as USB port. The motherboard connects directly or indirectly to every part of the computer. The Central Processing Unit (CPU), also called a processor, is located inside the computer case on the motherboard. It is sometimes called the brain of computer and its job is to carry out commands. Whenever you press a key, click the mouse, or start an application, you are sending instruction to the CPU. The CPU is usually a 2-inch ceramic square with a silicon chip located inside. The chip is usually about the size of a thumbnail. The CPU fits into the motherboard CPU socket, which is covered by the heatsink, an object that absorbs heat from the CPU. A processor speed is measured in megahertz, or million of instructions per second, and gigahertz, or billion of instructions per second. A faster processor can execute instructions more quickly. However, the actual speed of the processor depends on the speed of many different components, not just the processor. RAM, Random Access Memory. RAM is your system short-term memory. Whenever your computer performs calculation, it temporarily stores the data in the RAM until it's needed. This short-term memory disappears when the computer is turned off. If you're working on a document, spreadsheet, or other type of file, you will need to save it to avoid losing it. When you save a file, the data is returned to the hard drive, which acts as long-term storage. RAM is measured in megabytes or gigabytes. The more RAM you have, the more things your computer can do at the same time. If you don't have enough RAM, you may notice that computer is sluggish when you have several programs open. Because of this, many people add extra RAM to the computer to improve the performance. Hard drive. The hard drive is where your software, document, and other files are stored. The hard drive is long-term storage, which means the data is still safe even if you turn the computer off or unplug it. When you run a program or open a file, the computer copies some of the data from the hard drive onto the RAM. When you save a file, the data is copied back to the hard drive. The faster the hard drive, the faster your computer can start up and load programs. Power supply unit. The power supply unit in a computer converts the power from the wall outlet to the type of power needed by the computer. It sends power through cable to the motherboard and other components. Expansion card. Most computers have expansion slots on the motherboard that allow you to add various types of expansion cards. These are sometimes called PCI, Peripheral Component Interconnect card. You may never need to add any PCI card because most motherboards have built-in video, sound, network, and other capabilities. However, if you want to boost the performance of your computer or update the capability of older computer, you can always add one or more cards. Below are some of the most common type of expansion card. Video card. The video card is responsible for what you see on the monitor. Most computers have a GPU, graphic processing unit, built-in into the motherboard instead of having a separate video card. If you like playing games, you can add faster video card to one of the expansion slots to get better performance. Sound card, also called an audio card, is responsible for what you hear in the speaker or headphone. Most motherboards have integrated sound, but you can upgrade to a dedicated sound card for a higher quality sound. Network card. The network card allows your computer to communicate over a network and access the internet. It can either connect with an internet cable or through a wireless connection, often called Wi-Fi. Many motherboards have built-in network connection, and a network card can also be added to an expansion slot.